But you don't see that. You don't see any of the Tom Savini stuff that he designed, really.
We didn't want the audience to laugh when I died. He wanted to go to a more level of psychological horror than physical.
There were some arguments along the way, and one of those arguments was about the death of the mother.
We see that she's had an encounter with Jason. We know it hasn't turned out well. We never saw the actual poking or anything that went on. We didn't see any gutting or anything, no tools, implements, blood, but we're pretty sure she got it.
And the idea to me of kids watching a mother figure being ripped was extremely exciting. They're used to seeing kids being essentially punished for their loss of innocence. To see mom punished, that's grotesque.
The studio thought it would be a cool idea to have a dream sequence because it sort of relates to, part one, the original Friday the 13th.
I was originally told that this would be the last of the Jason movies, and I was told specifically to use my best screenwriting grammar to indicate that Jason is really dead. We're not kidding, really most sincerely dead.
We spent the entire shoot redesigning how Jason might get killed. There were a lot of ways. There were all kinds of suggestions.
I had a death that I thought would work that involved a microwave oven, where Tommy was also a little amateur inventor, and he had a little variable. Took a microwave oven apart, put a reflector behind the microwave shooter, and melted a toy soldier on 1, and the thing went up to 10. I thought at the end, when Jason is chasing his sister, Tommy could jam this thing into Jason's head and turn it up to 10 and cook Jason's head from within and make it explode.
But as we got close to the end, it became clear that the best idea was the most direct one, because what happens is it lets your characters really do the killing.
So I asked Joe for 2 things. 1, can I take his mask off? Joe said yes. I said, 2, can I have him touch Trisha's breast? And Joe said no. I think the act of touching the breast would have rendered him so completely human that he has finally thought of something else to do with girls that doesn't involve killing them. That was the moment that he was completely vulnerable, as we all are in moments of love. And so what I did was I wrote a scene where instead of cutting his head off, which in a sequel he could walk around with it under his arm or in a box, I split his head open from top to bottom with that machete the way you cut an artichoke in half. And I thought that was at least sufficiently different to think, okay, this is over.
But John Vulich one day held up the Dawn of the Dead machete that I put into Lonnie Lisa's head. I said, that's it. We'll have Tommy whack Jason in the head with the machete, but let's go further and have Jason fall on his knees, fall on the machete, and slide down the blade.
And then I get not a rewrite, but an update on how we're not really going to put the machete through his head from top to Adam's apple, but we're going to do something different, like through the eye. And I knew then that they were leaving room for a sequel.
Every death was fast, 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 fast. And then when Jason died, it was slow. So having to trim the effects down to perhaps satisfy the ratings board helped in punching up the effectiveness and the shock of Jason's death, because we got to show that.
I wanted to leave something for people to build on for the subsequent series. And so I wanted Tommy Jarvis to sort of catch the germ of menace that Jason had. And that's why I was building him slowly into a character who at the end could become Jason.
That scene in the hospital room where I had to put my hand around him, and they said for me to put my hand at the base of his neck so that I would hide the wrinkles from the skull cap.
There's a scene that's not in the film where Tommy is at the water fountain. And so when he turns around, water is dripping from his lips in the way that the original little skinny Jason from the first was dripping water. So Tommy was always somebody I thought would live again.
As far as I'm concerned, we killed Jason. I mean, we really killed Jason in Final Chapter.
I can't believe it's been 25 years since I shot that movie. And I never in a million years would have guessed that it would have had such a huge following like it has.
After this, he wandered around cities and moons and stuff like this, whatever he did. I'm glad that he's out there and we could enjoy him some more. But we really did him in as far as I can tell.